What's up, divas? What's up, divas? What's up, divos? What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back, girl. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, girl. What's up, everybody? What's up, divas? What's up, divos? I hope y'all had like a blessed weekend, a week, beginning of the week, whenever you watching this, girl. Listen, we are here today to spill the tea, and I'm happy to be back. But let me just say this, okay? We got to get the word out on Real Talk. I'm gonna need y'all to just share the videos. You know what I'm saying? Share the videos. Let me pull this down a little bit. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Share the video, comment. Even if you don't really agree with anything that was said in the video, comment. Leave your unbiased opinions, your thoughts, because my thoughts are mine and yours are yours. And if we kind of like pull them all together, I'm pretty sure we have the best of 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 the world. Okay? Anyway, you guys, other than that, my week has been great. I hope y'all all had like a really blessed week when y'all are watching this. I hope y'all all are doing well, you know what I'm saying? Prospering, staying out the way, being motivated, and definitely being blessed. Okay? What's up, everybody? First of all, let me just say this. I hope that the fan is not interfering with you being able to hear me. Because, girl, when I tell you, like, I feel like my t-shirt is choking me out, I feel like my t-shirt is really, really choking me out. Girl, you ever have a collar that's just too collared? Like when I tell you this collar is too tight, I feel like I'm wearing like a mock neck turtleneck or some shit, like a crew neck turtleneck. Like, damn, this thing is tight. Now, it is a brand new t-shirt, but shit, trying to kill me on first day wear. Oh, I don't like anything to be stretched out, girl. I'm about to try to stretch the hell out of this t-shirt. Girl, I'm trying to live. You know what I don't really care for? Now, let me just say this real quick. I got this t-shirt from that What's Not app, you know, where it's live bidding. And it was from this one particular vendor. I think their name was Kicks or something like, so I can't really remember. Anyway, they got like some fly ass shit. They got some real fly clothing. Anyway, they had some really nice stuff. So I seen the shirt. I didn't realize that this was the back of the shirt when he showed it. And the print that I really, really was going for was on the back. Anyway, the print is really on the back. It's a goat with some chewing some grass. It's weed. Like, why is the print on the back? Like, I need the print to be on the front. But anyway, it says gumbo. Anyway, what's up, you guys? I hope y'all all had like a really great weekend. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here. I'm back. I'm trying to just stay motivated, stay out the way, and definitely staying blessed. Let me tell y'all something really crazy, okay? Now, first of all, did I forget to mention, not really sure if I mentioned it or not, but my daughter, Mumsy, is a prom queen. Now, I feel like I didn't mention it to you guys, but I mentioned it in a vlog that I have yet to edit, right? So Mumsy won prom queen just this past Saturday, this past weekend. She won the prom queen. It was Mumsy and her bestie, Gabe, one of her besties, Gabe, and another couple, boyfriend and girlfriend couple. Mumsy is not boyfriend and girlfriend with Gabe. They are just best friends amongst a group that they have of best friends. They also are in Stugo together, which is a student government club that just plans events for the school and does a lot of different things for the high school and representation of the high school. So the one couple that was, you know, in the votes for prom king and queen was, and I don't really want to mention this in type of like race, but they were a white couple. Mumsy and Gabe are a Hispanic and Black couple, but they're not a couple. So anyway, the white couple, they went around kind of like throwing a lot of shade on Mumsy and her friend, basically stating facts like they're not a couple because Gabe is gay, all of this like negative shit, which they felt like would help them win votes for prom king and queen for the 2025 prom. Well, in fact, that didn't happen. Mumsy and Gabe were announced prom king and queen this past Saturday. And when they were announced, the other couple's friends, which were all of the same skin tone, started to boo and, you know, just chanting, oh, it was rigged. It was rigged. This is the one thing that I hate to just, you know, feel, but like, listen, people, we cannot always keep going around in life feeling like we are entitled to or have privileges because of our skin tone. This is not how the real world works for a lot of people. I'm not saying it works for everybody because that shit don't work for everybody. Some it may just work for, but it doesn't work for everybody. So they felt like it was rigged. And I feel like this. You guys first started shading them because they was in the win. You know what I'm saying? Mumsy and Gabe went around and made sure that everybody got their votes and you giving out snacks and just, you know, They was just doing what they were supposed to do. Basically scouted for their win. They felt like it was rigged. And the only way that they was trying to get votes was by going around and shading Mumsy and Gabe. That was their way of getting votes. Well, anyway, they won prom king and queen. They got booed by that group. Homegirl went outside crying. You can't go outside crying because you didn't win. You already thought you was going to win by shading somebody. We can't be shading people just because of their sexual preference. But I just thought it was so funny because she lost after the shade. Her boyfriend lost after the shade. And then she went outside and just boo-hooed. I told Mumsy, girl, you know what I would do on a Monday today? I would have worn my prom queen sash to school and walked around with that shit on just to make you feel even less than. But, you know, I'll be petty like that sometimes. But anyway, other than that, I'm just really, really happy for my daughter. She worked hard to be queen. She won that, and I'm so happy for her and Gabe. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of pictures of her because they was kind of like pressed for time. This year, she had on all gold. Her hair was like highlighted with blonde highlights, RPG show wig that I had, but she just looked so pretty. And it's just crazy how fast time goes by. Like, this is our first prom queen in my family. First time prom queen. When she gave us the news, I was like so surprised and happy and like, wow, I got a prom queen for a daughter, but also a very, very smart one. So I'm very happy for her. I am very, 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 very happy for her. You know what I'm saying? Next month is graduation, and people be asking me, how do I feel about it? I feel happy for her. I feel very, very proud that I have raised such a beautiful young lady, a very, you know what I'm saying, humble young lady at that, and a very hardworking young lady. So with that being said, congratulations to my daughter for winning prom queen 2025 for her high school. I'm very proud of you. And also, other than that, you guys, it's been like a really, really great week, a great weekend, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like very, very vibrant and energized, and not even energized, but just very positive. I try to stay positive. Let me tell you, when I was doing when I had planned to do Mumsy's wig, I had certain things in mind when I had this plan. I didn't want to use like this glue that I used last year because it started showing a white cast when she started sweating. So y'all remember when I was telling y'all how I was using this eBay hairspray right here to do my try-ons when I'm just doing try-on hauls. And I felt like this was going to work because it said extra firm hold and it was active, the active ingredients. Now this one, I really didn't pay too much attention to any other wording on this goddamn can except for extreme firm hold and the word active. To me, getting active is exercising, you know, walking and doing shit like that. Even though I wasn't really getting active when I was trying on clothes, bitch, it take a lot of work to take on and off clothes when you plus size, okay? Let me just tell you that. And also, it be hot out here. Girl, I felt like I was dying, but I wasn't really moving like that, but the wig started to lift. And I felt like, you know what? This is some bullshit. But then I started noticing, what do the other cans really do? Because there's a yellow can that I didn't even bother to get. And then there's this black can right here that I went and got on Friday or Thursday. Was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday when I went back to the beauty supply store. I felt like, you know what? Let me see what's the difference. Looking on Amazon, the hairspray was not going to be here in a timely manner. So that's the reason why I went to the beauty supply store. Like, I love to go to the beauty supply store. I love the beauty supply store, but I hate going. With that being said, it's because I know my ass is going to pick up other stuff that I really don't need. Like, you ever be somewhere and you try to find a reason to buy something? That be me at the beauty supply store when I know I just don't need it. So I was like, let me go get this hairspray. But it wasn't even this one that I really wanted because there's so many different other ones. It was this one. So this one right here is the water resistant sports edition, okay, sports edition. So when you put these all three into comparison, not the yellow one, because I think the yellow one is like the least told one, they're very different. Now this little can cost me $10. Not even that it's that little, but it is a little bit smaller than like my Aussie Instant Freeze cans. This is 6.8 fluid ounces and this is 2.7 fluid ounces. These are actually $5 at the beauty supply store. So they all do differ. So the red one, if you read the can, the red one is fast drying, no residue or buildup, and 10 times hold of the lace. The black one is the extreme firm hold, which this also does say. This is active though right here. This says supreme, but the promotion of it, or like the whatever, is fast drying, no residue or buildup, 20 times the hold for lace, and sweat resistant. The red one only gives 10 times hold the lace and it's not sweat resistant. It does not say sweat resistant. Then you get the white can. Now the white can says water resistant, sports edition, maximum hold. It also gives you a little threshold dot where it's got the maximum hold on it. There are no threshold dots on these little cans. Maybe on the bigger cans, they might have been able to fit that. But this one also says fast drying, sweat resistant, humidity proof, 30 times the hold, and no residue. So this one is giving sweat resistant and humidity proof plus 30 times the hold. This thing right here, this is what I used on Mumsy's hair. And when I tell you the wig was still on the next day, I had to like spray the wig down with water and conditioner in it just to give it that oily feeling. Like I had to drench it just to lift it. This one works. She says she danced with this. It did not give no white cast. It did not leave the wig lifting. It felt good. This is the one, girl. Okay, this is the one. If you want to wear the wig for days, this is the one, girl. This is the one that you need to get if you're ready to go on a journey and get on rides at the carnival. This is the one. I know there was a cancellation of Eben New York. I believe it was like last year. And I know the reasons why, but not knowing the reasons why, meaning I heard of the reasons, but I don't really 100% know. I wasn't there. You know, I wasn't at the actual establishment when anything happened. I just feel like what I like to use is what I like to use. I don't really try to get into too many politics about other people liking and disliking anything. You know what I'm saying? I just try to have my own opinion. And so far, I like this one a lot. I didn't use this can right here on this my first wig that I got on today. And girl, when I tell you, it probably ain't gonna come off that easy. I might have to sleep in this bad boy. I might have to sleep in this bad boy. But I did put it on also for this one because I'm gonna do this little try on of my own for some jeans that I purchased. The one thing that I'm telling you guys, if you want your wig to stay on for days, then this is what you need to use. They also do have pump spray bottles too, but I don't really know what's the difference because one say lace melt and this says this and that. Like, girl, listen, it'd be all the same shit to me, but this does actually have a better holding power. So moving right along, you guys, I hope you all have like a really great week. You already know what time it is. I'd like to introduce a company to you who I have partnered up with for some very, very snazzy, trendy jewelry. We all love the way a beautiful piece of jewelry can elevate an outfit, boost your confidence, and make you feel like your best self. But luxury shouldn't come with a luxury price. That's where SylviaX.com comes in. SylviaX is the go-to destination for affordable, high-quality jewelry that doesn't compromise on style or craftsmanship. Whether you're looking for timeless classics or trend-forward designs, every piece is thoughtfully made to bring elegance into your everyday life without the markup. Premium materials that are hypoallergenic and designed to last. Styles that transition effortlessly from day to night. Prices that make it easy to treat yourself or someone special without hesitation. Join thousands of happy customers who've already discovered why SylviaX is changing the way that they purchase and shop for jewelry. Glowing reviews, fast shipping, and easy returns. If you're ready to refresh your jewelry box with pieces that look and feel luxurious without the luxury markup, visit SylviaX.com because everyday style should feel special and affordable. It's been a pleasure to work with this company. Again, you already know Mother's Day is about to come up. You can gift these to your mom, your aunts, your sisters, your best friends. SylviaX is very affordable. They have some great quality jewelry. I actually was gifted a few years ago a few of their items, which is one for one, this necklace, which has my son's name on it, says Wuzzle. I do wear this a lot in my videos and also do have a bracelet, which has my name, another pair of earrings, which are these right here, which are like faux diamond encrusted. And it also does have my name, which is Miss Muffins. I'm like a hoop type of girl. I love hoops. I love anything that has like my name, nameplates. You know, I feel like that's like a New York type of thing, though I could be wrong, but you know, nameplates was like early 90s and some things you just don't get over. But these are really good quality jewelry. I have taken showers with these. I have washed dishes with these. I've gotten into swimming pools and the jewelry remains just like new right out the box. So you definitely want to check SylviaX. Mother's Day is coming up. Birthdays is coming up. Graduations is coming up. Celebrations. Congratulations, and congratulations is also coming up. And I'll link everything down below. They also do cater to men's jewelry as well. I love anything that's just gold with a little bit of bling in it. I'll link everything down below for you guys. So you guys, let's just get into this real talk. If you have a real talk video that you would love me to chit chat about, send me an email to the following email addresses, which is muffinismylovers2012@gmail.com or aprilsrealtalk@gmail.com. Please put in the subject line real talk so that way I know this is email in case I need to search for it. If you want to change the name of anybody you're talking about or referring to or mentioning in this email, you can go ahead and let me know so that you did so. Other than that, let's just jump into this real talk, okay? Hey guys, so I hope y'all can hear me because I do have the fan on. I just feel like I'm about to be choked and snuffed out for the life of me for this collar on my shirt. It's like super tight, brand new. Not sure why I'm sitting here trying to remain calm, but I'm trying to remain calm. Okay, so this is going to be a real talk, and it was subject, neighbors called the cops and I still stayed with him. Hi, April. I honestly don't know if I'm writing you for advice or just because I'm scared and have nobody else to talk to. I feel like my life is spiraling out of control and I don't know how to get out. I've been with my boyfriend almost 4 years. In the beginning, he was perfect, charming, protective, like a dream. I thought I had found my forever, but slowly it all started falling apart. First, it was shouting matches, then it was things getting thrown across the room. Then it became him grabbing me when he got mad, grabbing my arms, shoving me, backing me into corners so I couldn't leave. A few weeks ago, it got so bad that the neighbors heard us fighting and called the police. I was so embarrassed and scared. When the cops showed up, I lied. I told them it was just a misunderstanding. I told them I was fine, even though my hands were still shaking. I felt like I had no choice. He was standing right there, staring at me. He promised afterward that it would never happen again. He cried. He told me he wouldn't live without me. He couldn't live without me. He also blamed it on the stress, blamed it on me pushing his buttons. And like an idiot, I stayed. I keep thinking maybe if I just do everything right, if I don't make him mad, things will get better. But deep down, I know they won't. Now it's like I'm living in a war zone. I walk on eggshells every second. I flinch when he moves too fast. I hide bruises with makeup. I make excuses to my family, and I feel like I'm losing who I am piece by piece. I'm scared if I try to leave, he'll hurt me worse. But I'm even more scared that if I stay, one day I may not make it out of all of this. What am I supposed to do? How do you leave someone you love, someone you're terrified of? How do you stop feeling like it's your fault? I don't even know who I am anymore. Please, any advice would mean more than you know. Desperate and broken. So first of all, she didn't give her name, herself a name. She just called her desperate and broken. We're just going to call her Monica because that's just the first name that just popped in my head. You know what I'm saying? Not anybody in particular, but we're just going to call her Monica. You know what's so sad is when you give yourself to somebody, you give like your whole heart, yourself. Just yourself to a person, and then they let you down and disappoint you by doing just like unkind acts to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't feel like anybody deserves to be tortured and hurt, whether it be physically or mentally. I just really don't feel like people purposely deserve to be hurt by another person on purpose. And we got Monica here who's been with somebody for 4 years, and though the red flag's been there for a minute, she still continued to be with this person. I just feel like this topic could be like so hard to talk about to some people because they really just feel like, oh, well, that's not me, or oh, I'm ashamed to talk about it, are, oh, I'm embarrassed to talk about what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are a lot of people that just be ashamed. Me being one of them. I don't know if you want to say that I'm ashamed or embarrassed that I have went through domestic violence in my lifestyle, but I will say this: I might be a little or somewhat embarrassed, but I am happy that I'm here today and that I was able to see red flags even after they were there in my face and I didn't really see them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean by that is, you know how you just be like really into a person, and this is just me feeling like just this is just me like interpreting my thoughts and my opinions on why some people don't see red flags. You know, as a human being, as a person, everybody want to be loved. Everybody want to have someone in their life that care for them. And when you with a person, you want to feel the same love that you're giving them or more. You know what I'm saying? Or better. You know, when you in love with someone, you want to love them unconditionally. You want them to be there. You want to enjoy them. And that's the same feeling you giving them, you want in return. And I feel like sometimes when people are seeing that and they just want to be loved so bad, they like kind of like black out to all the red flags. Even if that shit is like right there in their face, I feel like you really want to see good in that person. And you feel like, yo, I could really change them. And within time, they gonna realize that I really love them and they could love me back the same. That's just what I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I've been through a domestic violence relationship in my life. Not saying with my ex-husband, because it definitely wasn't with him, but there were moments when he would run his fucking mouth because he was drunk, and I would definitely lash out to him only because I'm not that person. Like, you're not about to walk all over me. And I felt like you wasn't going to work all over me because of what I was and went through prior to my marriage and prior to my relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he would get drunk, I would lash out. We would be like in a boxing match, not even a boxing match, excuse me, but a verbal boxing match. And yeah, true indeed, I did attack him in 2002. Ended up going to jail for attempted unaliving someone. I spent 2 weeks in there because he was drunk running his fucking mouth. But it wasn't even him that I went through a domestic violence relationship with, but it was someone prior to him. It's just unfortunate, but I feel like a lot of time people be having like red flag blindness is because they're vulnerable. They don't have a lot of support around them. And that may not be the case because, like Monica said, she had family and friends. She had a family because she started making excuses to her family, like who she was, and she just felt like she was losing herself piece by piece. Though 4 years is not a long time, it's a long enough time to probably really get to know a person. And it sucks when you feel like you are the blame or when a person feels like they are the cause of another person's actions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when you blame another person for your actions, like, oh, well, I went off on you because you was pushing my buttons. I hit you and I shoved you because you was pushing my buttons. That's not necessarily so. That's just like a real coward move. Just be the bigger person, or be a man or be a woman, whoever was the one who was the assaulter, and admit to your wrong. Admit that, yeah, I'm a piece of POS, and yeah, I don't do shit like accordingly, and yeah, I blamed your ass. Just be for real about it. I hate to see when women or men blame themselves for another person's actions that caused harm onto them. Never feel afraid of seeking help. Never feel afraid of talking to somebody. But sometimes I will say this: sometimes we do also need to move in silence. What I mean by that is, if you in a relationship with somebody and you really not feeling them no more, but you feeling kind of skeptical about how they may retaliate when you decide to tell them like, bye bitch, bye nigga, bye, I'm out of here, then I feel like you should move in silence. Like, plan for your leave, your escape in silence. If you live with that person, I would just pack and maybe take one or two things with you on a daily, especially if you leave to go to work. I would take things to my job and like stash them so that way you can move in silence. If you don't work and that person works, because it could be man or female, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not everybody, but women are just not the only people that be in like in a domestic violence relationship. Girl, I watch a lot of TV, and it don't just be movies; it be like documentaries, and I'd be shocked that like, damn, you let that woman hit on you like that. But it be like that. I will say this: if you feel like, oh, I'm in fear, I would definitely tell close relatives and close friends like the things that he's done. But when you want to leave, sometimes you have to move in silence, and you can't really tell a lot of people because you don't want it to start circulating and get back to that particular person who don't need to know. There are a lot of different agencies out there that help you in domestic violence. My situation that I went through, I was able to go through the YWCA and get help. The women's Y, and maybe even also the men's Y, also advocate for domestic violence. There's also other places that you can go to if you don't have those type of services or those type of you know what I'm saying, centers in your town, like the actual police station, your physician. If you have children, you can also talk to the school. But I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, we be like real embarrassed for a lot of things in life, but asking for help and trying to get help for yourself should never become a stage of embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like maybe she's embarrassed because the cops was called to her dwelling by one of the neighbors. First of all, sweetheart, you don't even know which neighbor it was. Don't feel embarrassed because somebody fucking called the police on you. That person, whoever called the police on you, could have been saving your life and helping you because you really don't know. It could have got a little bit worse than what it did prior to that. You know what I'm saying? If nobody called the police on you. That's the problem with the world. A lot of people need to do more and call the police. A lot of people be just standing around, video recording shit, don't even care, just want to put something on the internet to go viral. Bitch, put the phone down and call. Use the phone to call 911 instead of fucking watching and recording and shit. There are other people calling. Everybody, let's call 911 together when you hear somebody in distress. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't even get out of a domestic violence situation. Some people don't even be able to tell their story of a domestic violence situation. You understand what I'm saying? Like me, for existence, I'm a domestic violence survivor. I've been through some shit. I had red flag blindness. And I don't know if it was because I was vulnerable and I needed someone to love me, or I didn't really have any friends. I don't know what it was, but of course I did want to be loved back the same way that I gave love. But unfortunately, it didn't end up like that. It felt like I was red flag blindness because I also did hear the same particular words, which were, I'm sorry. What did she say? He promised afterward that he would never happen again. He cried, told me he couldn't live without me, blamed it on stress, but also blamed it on me. That's the one thing that they always tell you, regardless if it's a man or a woman telling you, they will always tell you it'll never happen again. I'm sorry, this will never happen again. Bitch, that's when it's time to run. That's when you know what? Yo, I heard that enough. If I would have known what I knew then, if I would have heard that, if I would have known that back then, a bitch would have been left. But you know what? Like I say, there are people that have red flag blindness. But let me just tell you this, Monica. When you get out of having red flag blindness and you get out to having a very untoxic life, a very peaceful life, you will realize and you will be able to see all of those red flags from there on. And I feel like that's probably like one reason why I stay single. Yo, I watch these shows, these documentaries every day. I feel like, you know, I try to watch other things that are not so toxic. And though the documentaries on the Crime Channel is not toxic, it just enables me to have a more focused mentality, more open mind. When I say more open mind, like I'm able to see certain shit that I wouldn't have been able to see back then. Like I'm very, very, you know, I watch my surroundings and I watch people a lot more closely. And I feel like sometimes watching these shows and seeing these documentaries keeps me single. Okay, because I be in fear of meeting someone that's gonna act just like y'all on these shows and these documentaries, and then I'm going to be somewhere unalive or running for my life. And I don't want to have to go through that in life. I feel like, you know what, I've been through that already and I'm able to see the signs, and I definitely don't want to be a statistic. And Monica, I don't want you to be a statistic. There are so many different organizations, so many different agencies that you can talk to in confidence and privacy. If you are not aware, the YWCA is a huge advocate for domestic violence, and they provide women with living housings for you and children, women and children, to get out of a domestic violence situation. I have spoken about this many times in my life or on my channel, basically, because I've had to use them. They will relocate you if you need to. There are a lot of women that don't know these things. Never be afraid to leave a relationship dead ass broke, honey. Never feel fear to leave a relationship dead ass broke. There are women that try to save up to leave an abuser. Never fear that. Listen, let me tell you something. When I left that relationship that I had, I was dead ass broke. I didn't have shit. I worked a little minimal job. I didn't have much. I just started working a job. And prior to that, I didn't have a job. So I didn't have much of anything. I had nothing. I barely had furniture in my house. So I didn't have shit, okay? But I was able to leave the situation even without having money. Girl, let me tell you something. I might have left a lot of things behind, but I was able to restart over. There are so many things that the YWCA does for women. They give you a new fresh start. They give you a fresh start. They give you the things, the tools that you need to move on. I'm so grateful to the knowledge that I have gotten from them, because some women, it'll take them a lifetime to leave someone. There are reasons because they feel like it's because of their religion. That's because of finances. Girl, let me tell you, Monica, never feel like you got to stay with somebody because you can't provide for yourself. Never feel like that. Never feel embarrassed and never feel like you're in fear. Move in silence. Let me tell you, I hate to see stories about women that have been unalived due to them circumstances. And you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a reason why I feel like I be single, because I watch these shows all the time, like all the time religiously. And I don't know if it is keeping me single, but a lot of knowledge that I have watched from these shows allow me to see people for who they are or what they can be. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not like I want to be living in fear, but it has allowed me to see, like, yo, motherfuckers really do be running that same game on women. Like, it's not just him. Men do use the same lines. But be shocked that there are men that also be in relationships that be getting abused, not by other men, but by their wives. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I used to watch those shows and be like, well, that's what you deserve. But in reality, nobody deserves to be beat on. Like straight up, nobody deserves to be inflicted pain on. You know what I'm saying? And it just it's just disheartening. I feel like that's like some real coward move. You know what I'm saying? To abuse another person because you can and want to and will. Like, that's some real coward shit, in my opinion. But I feel like this with Monica, you know what I'm saying? 4 years is not a long time, and it's great that you have seen where it's come to, but do you really want to lose yourself anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like, and I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, and I'm damn sure not trying to be the Debbie Downer of the situation and make you feel like, oh, well, he ain't going to change, you know what I'm saying, or give you negative hope. What I'm telling you is he's not going to change, and it's just going to remain the same or worse. And if you in this email have stated that, then you know it's not going to get any better. And I feel like for you, Monica, the best thing for you to do is to get it out of the situation while you can, before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that, oh, I'm not saying to her like, oh, before it's too late, like, you're not going to be here, but anything is possible to happen. What I mean, like, by that is, before it's too late, he could do something that could fuck up your living situation to where you be homeless. He could fuck up something to where you don't have no job no more. That's what, before anything can happen. That's, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to allow another person to fuck up your shit. So, you guys, if there is anyone who knows about some type of domestic violence agencies that I may not have mentioned, leave a story, leave your comments down below. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as a person, as a human being, we all need to help one another. Whether it be man or woman, we need to help one another in the situation. And I feel like it's good that Monica's able to see this. She's not having the red flag blindness anymore, but she's also able to get the help that she needs. On that note, you guys, I'm going to go. Make sure you check the description box for SilvyX, who I partnered up for this particular video. Also, leave your comments down below for Monica. If you've been in this situation, any opinions and advice you can give her, but also if you know of any type of other agencies that can help her, also leave that in the comments. On that note, I love y'all. Definitely stay blessed, stay safe, and stay motivated, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.